12 teams in 12 days rolls along. I'm Bobby Broyles along with Rob Washburn, as today we will be previewing Delaware. The Blue Hens return to the playoffs for the first time since 2010 last year, Rob, as Coach Danny Rocco continues to make strides every year for this program as he enters his third season as at the helm for the Blue Hens.
Yeah, Danny Rocco has had success at every stop in his coaching career, and getting a storied program like Delaware back in the playoffs in just his second year was a significant accomplishment. That being said, it's a little bit of a new era in year three after the graduation of 26 seniors and 11 starters from a season ago, which means there will be a bunch of new faces with the goal of moving the program forward. Offensively, 7 starters are back, and the strength of the unit is definitely up front, as 4 starters return on the offensive line, led by All-American Mario Farinella. At quarterback, Pat Kehoe is coming back off a solid season as a starter, passing for more than 2,000 yards and 17 touchdowns, and he should be able to build on that. Now, nothing helps at quarterback more than a strong running game, and Delaware should have that as well. Dejon Lee rushed for a team-high 606 yards last season, and he'll be joined in the backfield by Penn State transfer Andre Robinson and Old Dominion transfer Will Knight. Receivers a bit of a question mark, with the team's top 4 pass catchers having graduated, but wideout Gene Coleman and tight end Owen Tyler are back, along with some talented newcomers.
Here is Coach Rocco and the experience that returns on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, I think it just nailed it. I like the offensive line, a lot of experience, some veteran senior leadership, good talent, good size. Our quarterbacks are talented. Pat is experienced and poised. Nolan Henderson's, really coming on and offers a great option and a lot of talent. And our running backs are really solid. So I think in the core, we're in really good shape. And I do think that that's where it's going to start with us, our ability to, run the football, play behind that big offensive line, have our quarterbacks make good decisions and utilize the skill set of these running backs as we head into the start of camp.
This Blue Hens defense was once again a very strong force in the CAA in 2018. It will look a little different this year, Rob, as they look to replace a lot of production in 2019.
Yeah, replacing the talent and experience of all-conference standouts like Troy Reeder, Charles Bell, and Ray Jones, and a second-round NFL draft pick like Nasir Adderley is nearly impossible. So look for Delaware to make adjustments that play to their strengths. Blue Hens will use a 4-3 alignment more this year, with all 4 starters back on the defensive line, led by All-CAA selection Cam Kitchen and sack leader Caleb Ashworth. The entire group of linebackers has to be replaced, but young guys like Johnny Buchanan and Drew Nichols are ready to get their turns after serving as reserves last season. The secondary will also feature a bunch of new faces as cornerback Nigel Hill returns, but several newcomers like UVA transfer Raya Burton and Kansas transfer Dwan Moore bring experience.
Once again, here is Coach Rocco on the new-look Blue Hen defense for 2019.
Well, I think the interesting thing about our team defensively is we certainly lost a number of kind of household names. We had some players that were really prominent and had long and successful careers at Delaware. But it doesn't minimize the talent that we have in behind those players. And a number of these guys got a decent amount of work last year, a decent amount of reps on defense and in special teams. And now they're going to have an opportunity to come into their own. And, I'm very convinced with a number of these guys that they are going to be all conference caliber players. I don't know if they will be this year or not, but they're that kind of an athlete, that kind of a player. The D-line will be our anchor point on defense. We have good depth, good leadership, and a number of guys that have really been battle-tested.
As we mentioned earlier, Rob, Coach Rocco has continued to move this program forward in each of his first 2 years, and expectations will grow as the Blue Hens get set for 2019. Give us 3 things to look for.
Yeah, number 1, pound the rock. The strength of this Delaware team offensively are the big guys up front and a host of talented running backs. Controlling the ball of the ground will set up play-action opportunities for quarterback Pat Kehoe, and it will also allow the Blue Hens to control the clock and keep its young defense off the field. Number 2, control the line of scrimmage. That statement not only goes for the offense, but also the defense, where all 4 starters are back. It's going to take some time for all the newcomers at linebacker and in the secondary to get on the same page, so it's vital that that defensive line limits the run and gets some pressure on the quarterbacks in pass situations. And number 3, maintain the momentum. Delaware's put together back-to-back 7-win seasons and got a giant monkey off its back by returning to the playoffs for the first time since 2010. With all the tremendous renovations being made at Delaware Stadium, it's important to keep the momentum rolling in regards to rebuilding that fan base and advancing further in the FCS playoffs.
The Blue Hens begin the season Thursday night, August the 29th at home in the Route 1 rivalry versus Delaware State. Kickoff time is 7 o'clock on flowfootball.com.
Also check out CAAfootball.com and our social media outlets as we go one-on-one with defensive lineman Cam Kitchen.
We wrap up the week on Friday with the Phoenix. We'll hear from Elon's new head coach, Tony Trisciani. Have a great day, everyone.